Stupid phone. There we go. Stupid phone. Really? Really? You just aren't going to be nice today, are you? Bingo. Morning. We're on the Snake River. I came up. I don't know what the hell's up with the phone. Like, I don't know why it keeps wanting to do that. That makes no sense. All right. Hang with me for a minute. My doggone gimbal's deciding to be. So, let me see if I can fix this thing. I know I didn't did because I didn't do that much last night. So let's see. I don't know. We're gonna have a hard time with this board, I think, just because it won't turn to do stupid things now. Anyway, morning, y'all. We're on the Snake River. As you can see behind me, this is a run. I'm just gonna pick you all up. You got to bear with me today because we got just me and a fly rod. And so what I'm fishing is this run right here. I'm gonna start at the head of it because there's always rainbows up here. And I'm gonna throw a fly rod for a few minutes. Morning, Davis Outdoors. How are you? Nova, how you doing this morning? Tommy, welcome you guys. Like and subscribe and join. I was on last night and caught a couple smallmouth. I didn't catch that big brown I was after, but we'll do that tonight. But I came down here to fish this run. We catch big rainbows right there. When the, excuse me, big. Well, we catch rainbows and cutthroat too, but big browns right there on that stretch of water I'm showing you. Like to subscribe. Thanks, Timmy. I appreciate it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is because I just ran through that with my boat, I'm going to give it a few minutes to chill out. The water's up about a foot from what it was last week. Came up about another 6 inches last night, so it's kind of. And my gimbal's doing really stupid things, and I don't understand why it's doing that because it just doesn't make any sense. So if I have to, I'll block it off somehow or something. Because it's charged up. So what the problem is. Anyway, I'm not tech savvy. This is one of those stupid things that I just ticks me off. Anyway, if this goes down and it starts getting me too much fit, because I can't just come back to the phone and check chats. Usually Jay or my sister's on here. I'm fishing on the Snake River near Firth, Idaho. Yeah, it's twisted also. That's why. And like I said, I don't know why it's doing that because. Hang on, let me see if I can turn it to. See, it's twisted again, and I don't know why it's doing that this morning. It was doing some kind of weird. I don't know what it is. It's trying to set itself up, which makes no sense, and it won't let me. There it goes. Anyway, hey, Holy Mackerel, how you doing this morning, man? You all check out Holy Mackerel's channel. He's got a really cool channel. All right, I'm just gonna take this off of here, talk to you guys because this is gonna piss me off because it never. And when I hear something stupid happens, so I'll see if I can't get this thing kind of working. Again, I have no idea why it's doing this. I'm not. If anybody knows anything about those gimbals right there, I shut it off. I started it back down. I don't know if I need to go to POV or what. Because last night I didn't use much there. So let's try that one. Anyway, let me see if I can get this on here because it's a heck of a lot easier. While I'm doing this, let me show you what I'm doing. Sorry, you guys are going to get dizzy. So there's a run that comes out right there. And then there's a whole bunch of runs. And this is not the main channel of the Snake River. Yeah, also, Timmy, if you like my channel, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Holy Mackerel, go do it, man. He's a cool dude. He does a lot of cooking, fireside chats, good guy. Appreciate you, holy mackerel. I really do. All you guys on the fishing channels are awesome. So what I'm going to do, because I came in my boat, like I was saying, and I blew through all that stuff over my shoulder. So I've got to give it time to settle down. Because what happens is down way back down there where the trees are at down there, there's a bunch of deep holes. One of those holes is like 40 foot deep. The river channel, the main river channel, used to come through here, and it would just stack up against that riprap that's back there, and it dug out 4 really deep holes. And so the deepest one's 40 foot right now. I think the shallowest one right now is probably about 32 foot. And those big browns and rainbows, the trout will get in there as the heat of the day gets up, and they just kind of hang in there. When the water comes up in the morning like this, they'll come up into that run that's over my shoulder and feed. And last year during the hunting season, it was in the fall, and last year caught 28-inch brown right there and lost one, the biggest trout I've hooked out here. There's some big fish in here. But what I'm going to do is throw a fly rod for a few minutes in this pool in front of us, because there's always a bunch of rainbows in there, and they're dinks. The only biggest rainbow I think I caught in there was probably like 14 inches. But I figured I'd play with the fly rod for a few minutes because I had both my shoulders operated on, one last year and one this year, so my muscle memory's messed up. So I'm not going to be throwing a fly rod like I normally would, because I have to take the time to get my muscle memory back so I can start hucking that thing. But I've been doing it for a long time, so I think we'll figure it out. But bear with me. I'm going to put y'all back on that gimbal and see on that thing and see if it'll stay straight. And if not, I might have to just bail because I can't just stop. And I'm not going to wade today. The water's kind of high. I'm by myself. I don't want to get swept downstream because the current in here is about probably 6 to 8 knots. And out on the main river, it's running about 12. And the water's still coming up. So that's why I figured I'd get down here this morning to see if I could catch it before the water gets too high. The run behind me and everything in here, except for this pool right here, it's really good fishing when the water's above 3.6 on the gauge. And again, that's the gauge at Firth, Idaho, that's on the Snake. I go by that. All the stuff that I'm using is in the description because it's really hard for. Yeah, holy mackerel. Thanks, man. You're awesome. Ken, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Else your day already starting rough, but looks beautiful day. It is. I can't complain. I just was hoping to take you guys with me, and if the gimbal doesn't work, it's kind of hard because I'm going to be sideways. If my wife were here, she'd figure it out because she's smart. But I put it on